This type of conflict mostly occurs because most of the times what you think is right is not right in somebody else's perspective. Then what to do? This question has a very fundamental separation, the separation of right and wrong. This right and wrong, in many ways, decides the present and the future of our society, of our lives, of this entire world. The question comes, who decides this right and wrong? I, you, society, civilization, governments, law, majority, elders, religion. Who decides? All these are just certain groups which have decided what is right and what is wrong for that particular group. What they have decided is right, is it universally right? Or, if not universally right, is it individual right? By individual right I mean, is it right for me? Is it right for me to do each and everything what these groups are telling me to do? A few years ago I was reading a research paper written by a Harvard biologist, Dr. Hauser. He wrote, every child who is born with a moral grammar. By moral grammar he means a morality which is inherent in him. Like don't kill someone, or don't steal, or don't harm anyone. There is an inner voice which tells you don't do these things. Somebody calls this inner voice conscience, voice of soul, etc., etc. But my question is, should morality be the driver of taking right decisions and right action? Morality is another form of an agreement. If I say right now slavery is good, people will criticize me or maybe even burn me to death. But there was a time, a few hundred years ago, in just a different part of this world, where slavery was considered a moral act. So that means the human societies are evolving. The morality is evolving. The right and wrong are evolving. I read a few articles in which it was written, factors which decide your decisions. They said environment, circumstances, people, time, etc., etc. All these are external factors and they may keep on changing. Your decision only depends upon one thing, and that is your internal factor. That should your decision come out of morality or certain enforcement, or should it come out of inner realization? If those actions are coming out of realization, there will be no conflict with an external agent or an authority to act. It is your personal decision. We have all these religious originators like Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, Muhammad, Mahavir, Guru Nanak. Their life became an example. Why? Because all these people face one of the worst situations in their lives, and still they manage to take decisions which are even discussed today. Are those decisions completely valid in today's circumstances? Maybe not. But one thing we know is whatever decisions they took with a certain compassion. They took for the welfare of the majority of the people who were living around them. What decides what is right and what is wrong? Or can there be something which is universally right? Let's try to understand things from the universe's perspective. One thing we know about universe is that universe doesn't differentiate between a living and a non-living, or a human and a tiny creature. No. In the universe's perspective, everyone is equal, and universe takes care of everybody equally. This means universe has a certain form of equanimity and a compassion towards all its creatures, equal love for all its creatures. Second, universe is completely conscious of the decisions it is taking. It is evaluating each and every situation and just acting based on whatever is the best response to that particular situation. There is a person I know, his name is Nandkishor. He had a competition next day, an athletics competition which was very important to him. I asked him what happened in the competition, did you win or not? He said, I didn't run. I said, why didn't you run? He said, you only told me so many things about compassion, so I didn't run. I thought, let everybody. I said, your name is Nandkishor, which is the name of Krishna, and you didn't perform your duty, your dharma, which is to run. He felt completely disappointed and disheartened. What stupidity have I done? Things like that. Few weeks later, he met me. He told me that he saw Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, all these people in his dream. He asked Krishna, what is the right action? Krishna said, dharma, duty, what needs to be done, and you do it, that is the right action. He asked Buddha. Buddha said, metta, means benevolence, any activity you do for the welfare of others, that is the right action. He asked Jesus. Jesus said, any action you do out of love is the right action. He asked Muhammad. Muhammad said, any action you do which is devoted to Allah or God, that is the right action. He asked Mahavir. Mahavir said, any action you do with knowledge or gyan, that is the right action. He asked Guru Nanak, what is the right action? Guru Nanak said, any action you do with seva or in a selfless service, that is the right action. Now this guy is completely confused. What should I do? How should I take the right action? All these people are telling me to practice dharma, metta, seva, devotion to Allah, love, gyan. What should I do? All these books are teaching me so many different things. He met a monk. The monk told him, you go and plant 6 roses. The monk gave him 6 seeds. He named each of these seeds after each of Jesus, Buddha, Krishna and all these 6 people. We went to the monk again. The monk knew that the roses are blossoming. The monk said this thing, that you didn't know how to grow a rose plant, and today they are growing at their full potential. You gained the knowledge of growing a rose plant. You took care of them because these 6 people were named after gods. That was a devotion to Allah or God. You performed each and every activity which needs to be done. Planting them, sowing the seeds, providing them water, providing them fertilizers or manure. Each and every act, you performed what needs to be done to grow them. That is your dharma. All your actions were only for the benefit of all these 6 roses. That was your metta. And you were completely devoted to your act, selflessly, just to grow these roses. That was your seva. This just means that all these 6 acts are not different acts, but we need to find the common ground with which all these 6 people were functioning and taking decisions, and intelligence with which they were taking decisions. Because all these 6 people we talked about they didn't care about whether their decisions are right or wrong. It was not that these 6 people were not criticized for their acts. Krishna, Jesus and Muhammad, they brought a revolution, a socio-economic reform, where they freed certain people from evil groups. On the other hand, Mahavir, Buddha and Guru Nanak, they were more of a saintly nature, but the direction they were working in was only towards the benefit of the humanity, and they were completely conscious and completely compassionate of their decisions and their actions. To take right decisions, you have to learn how to access this intelligence. This intelligence within you is not different than universe's intelligence. It is same. And if you can learn to take decisions from this intelligence, your decision will automatically become universe's decision. All I ask you to do is this. If you want to know what the right action in any particular situation is, we have a temporary solution of addressing this, and we have a permanent solution of addressing this. In a temporary solution, just ask yourself 3 questions. Don't care whether your decision is right or wrong. Right and wrong will be completely divided and decided by the external factors, by the external participants. No, that is not in our hands. What is in our hand is the action which we have to take internally. So just ask yourself these 3 questions. First, am I compassionate or equanimous in my action, or am I being completely selfish and egotistical? This means, is my action inclusive and including everybody around me, or is it completely about myself? Second question, am I conscious of my action, or is it just a mere compulsive reaction? If I am conscious, that means I have taken an action with a certain will, in a certain direction in which I want to move. Third, is my decision or is my action coming out of my own inner realization, or is it coming out of an enforcement or pressure or authority which somebody else is having on me? That's it. Only these 3 questions. For the permanent solution, you need to learn to access this inner intelligence. Well, how can we access this inner intelligence? There is only one way, which is called self-knowledge or Atmagyan. For example, if you are participating in a car race, you should know how fast your car is, how good its acceleration is, what is its mileage, what is its fuel capacity, etc., etc. Isn't it? Similarly, your path of self-knowledge starts with your physical, what your body is capable of doing and how you can excel it, improve it. You will go a little deeper, you will reach the second dimension, which is your mental body. You should know how your mind functions, how you think, how you act, how your mind takes decisions, and most importantly, what are the conditionings and the enforcements your mind is receiving from the external world, how it is getting prejudiced or how it is getting biased or inclined towards one particular information. This will just help you to bring clarity in your vision, and you will be able to see the circumstances right as they are. You will go a little deeper. You will understand how your body energies are working and how you can control them for your own benefit. And the fourth is your inner intelligence, which will make you compassionate, conscious and realized, all 3 at the same time, naturally. So all you need to do is this. Temporary solution, 3 questions. The permanent solution, we will keep on working towards accessing this inner intelligence, which will make you completely conscious, completely aware and completely compassionate in your actions. That's it. Namaskaram.